It's funny how you see they have these little artifacts where, anyway, so copy, right click, remember to, and press on copy, left click, and just remember again, right click to get the menu, and then paste, okay? And they're going to do the same thing, copy and paste on the final frame, okay? So you've got this, that. Now, okay, now his feet are on the ground from 1 to 13, and after that he's coming off the ground, okay? So I'm going to go back to this and have a quick look at it. So where's the passing position? Well, the passing position is frame, well, for this side it's frame 19, so I'm going to go to 19 because we're on this side of the foot, and we're going to get the passing position. So I'm going to get this here, raise it up a bit. I'm going to take the foot roll off, of course. Is it still on, the foot roll? Let's have a quick look. Foot roll, yeah, well, so the foot roll's on. I should really have got rid of the foot roll here, so basically from here, remember from here to here, I've got a bit of foot roll on this. I'm going to take this off. I don't want any foot roll from that. So from there, and oops, hang on a second. So there to there. I think I may have deleted some of my translate. So again, there's that thing, you have to make sure all your keys. So I've got to go to frame number 13 and make sure that this is on the ground. So make sure that is on 0. Okay, that's on 0. Let's go there, and then he comes up. I'm going to take the foot roll off here. So from frame 13, the foot roll is going to disappear. So the foot is on the ground, but at frame 13, where's the foot roll? I've got it on here, which is fine. But maybe 2 frames afterwards, the foot roll in this direction is going to disappear. Yeah, so we've got the foot roll going in the other direction, and then we've got it going in this direction. So I'll take it back a little bit there, and then have it completely off here. Right, okay, right. So maybe I'll take it off. It's on the ground. Maybe I'll take it off here. I'll take it off here. Keep it nice and simple. Okay. Now this looks wrong, of course, but what I'm going to do, as opposed to using the foot roll, I want to use this control. When the foot's in the air, I'm going to use the X rotation tool. Now notice I've given 2 frames, so we've got the foot roll in this direction. 2 frames later, it's flat, comes along, then it starts rolling up in the opposite direction. 2 frames later, I've got rid of it, and then the foot comes over, and you've got 2 frames of foot roll here. Now this does not look, lots of people when they're animating for the first time do this kind of stuff with the leg, where it seems to be very straight here. This of course is not what a foot looks like when it's in its passing position. So I'm just going to get rid of this frame here, and I'll make that 0. This is not what it would look like, yeah? So what I'm going to do, 1 second. Okay, so we've got this foot sliding backwards, and we've got this, it kind of drops down here, which is a bit weird, and that's just because we've got a stray key on the 19. So one of the things, when you key every frame, when you press S, it might key things that you don't want. So I'm going to take this off the S. I don't want this. I want this to go like that, and I want it to go up. Now, we don't want this happening, this strange. We want the foot to bend. So if I go back to my drawing again and just bring it up. So the passing positions is 7 and 19. We want the foot, we're going to bend it forward. So, and I'm just going to use the X control. It's nice and straightforward, rather than using any of these little controls that are inside. I'm just going to use this. So I've got this, and then I've got this. Now we've got the rotate X, which I've just used. Now I want the rotate X to start coming on, not here at frame, what frame is that? frame 15, but at frame, just kind of start from frame 13. So we've got this, that goes like that, and then you can see the leg straightening up here, which is not what you want. This is something that happens in animation a little bit. You'll get these, you want it, if it's bending here, you want it to stay bent. And as it moves forward to 15, so it's passing at 18, at 15 we want the leg up. And if we look at the drawings, I think there's one for 15 or 16, you know, the leg's actually going quite far back. So maybe at 15, I'm already going to have this leg bent and up a bit, so it looks a little bit more normal. So something like this, more like this. So you got this kind of thing going on. So you got that, that, and then that. Now this isn't quite as I'd want it, but anyway, let's have a look. So you got that, that, that. So you got this kind of, it looks like a bull about to charge. Yeah, there's a bit of a pop in the knee as it comes forward there. So there. So just to go through it, you've got the Y translations. Foot's on the ground, on the ground, on the ground. It comes off after 13, up in the air, goes forward, passes, comes down again here. Yeah. In terms of the Z, which we're going to change, we want this foot to be going at a constant speed from here to 13, which is the last frame that it's kind of on the ground. So from here, I'm going to change this to a linear line, and here I'm going to make this, well, first of all I'm going to break the tangents. Yeah, very important. I'm going to make this side linear, and I'm actually going to do that. This one's already broken, so then we have this is going at a constant speed, and then it comes off. Now it doesn't matter here if it's traveling at a constant speed or not. Now and then inside this foot, inside this controller, we have the other little animations. We've only used foot roll, which is the roll up in this direction here for 2 frames, off. The roll in the opposite direction from 8 until 13, and then it comes off over 2 frames. Then there's none again, and then we have the roll up again. So that's it. And we also have, mustn't forget, the foot brake. And the foot brake is simply to get this here, to get this foot to brake when it's on the ground, when this foot is twisting. Otherwise, we take this off. I'll just show you very quickly. If I make that, I'll take it from 50 to 0. We get that, which is not what we want. So we want the foot brake. Put it back again. 50. We just want that on. So that's kind of unchanging. So you got that. Yeah, so we got this. Yeah? That's how we get that nice shape. Right, so we got this so far. Let's go back to the drawing. And let's see. So, so the foot goes back. You can see at 16 it's coming out quite far, and then it goes quite high up in 22. So 16, 15, 16. 16, maybe I'm going to have a look at the... Always do it where you can see the actual translations themselves. It will save you from making a mistake, because if you do something that's very... There's a big change from the previous frame. You can see there's a bit of a change here. It can stop you from having, you know, so there goes that. I might crack this up a bit more here too, and I might move it up slightly in the Y as well, just so it's not, I don't want it going through the floor. So then you've got this, yeah? So look at your curves. Yeah, look at your curves when you're doing this. Okay, so the next thing we notice about this drawing, is it goes really kind of high up on the 22nd frame. So we're going to pull this up on 22. Here it's kind of low, so it doesn't really go like this. It's kind of up. He kind of stamps. Now all of a sudden we have this frame here, frame 18. So maybe, you know, we don't want it. We don't want this kind of thing. We don't want to drop. We tend to move in arcs. We don't go down. So I think rather than having this kind of up and down motion, it makes more sense on frame 18, which is, oh, it's 19, the passover position. 19. I'll buy that at 18. So sorry, here should be 19. We want this up. I'm going to pull this up a bit. So it is a kind of continuous movement up. Makes more sense of that, and then down. Yeah? With that, and then down. So you've got this movement. It feels... Yeah? And again, we're always conscious that we don't want legs quite straight. It's bending there. Now, one thing we notice about this, that when we're doing this, looking at this diagram, is yes, we have the foot is bent here. So where is it? So we're in this one here. But the foot does straighten up quite a lot on these. So this is the foot when it's straightest, is on 7 and 10 and 20, 19 and 22. So the character's quite high up in the air. So, and I wonder if he might be a bit too low there. I wonder if this is a little bit too low. And I can raise this up simply by moving the translate Y. Now I've only got this, so I've got it going up and down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these two up here slightly. So it's less, a bit less there. I'm going to get rid of this one. Now remember, this frame, this is this here at the start, this frame at the beginning on this middle control, copy, and this frame in 25 are the same, paste, and also the frame on 7, if I copy that, and the frame, oh that's annoying, it keeps on doing that, so 7, the red, and 19 are also the same in terms of height. So I'm going to go to 19 and press paste, yeah? So I'm going to have this motion up and down and up and down. So if I just move back a bit, so you've got this. Now one thing I'm noticing a little bit is a little bit of jiggle in the knee, which is quite common, and you have to, so it's straight, 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 bend, but it is how much is it bent. Now what tends to happen when you walk, you see the foot starts to bend here, but it seems to bend more. It's more bent here than it is. The actual knee here is less bent than it is here. Now what should really happen in these situations is there should be a continuous progression. You should, either the leg should be very bent at a certain bit and then straighten up, but it shouldn't bend and straighten as this one seems to be doing. So what I'm going to do is, I think part of the bend is because I have a lot of on this I've got some foot roll. I'm going to try and take a bit of this foot roll off just to get rid of some of that bend. So I'm going to straighten this leg up a bit more. You see what I'm doing? Straighten it up, and I'm going to try and have the leg most bent. And here I'm going to straighten it up just by getting rid of some of this foot roll in it. So it just straightens this up a bit. Yeah, and then there's another one. Let me see, so frame 13, this is going to be, it bends most after that. So here also I'm just going to pull some of this off. I'll get rid of that. I don't like having too many keys. Yeah, so maybe there.